Hey guys, what's up? I want to dive in. I've been diving into playbooks and play types and how to maximize your players in game using different playbooks and switching around some tendency stuff. So every player has a tendency attached to them, as we know. Every tendency has these play types attached to them. As you could see here, DJ Jones play types in order to guard, post up, ISO, pick and roll, wing, and 3-point. Those are his priority plays that he will run as his tendency, whatever that tendency is. Okay. On the right side here, this is the Warriors book, not the book that Michigan State runs, but it is the Warriors book. You will see on the right side, and you'll see here, play type, guard, post up. When I had done the playbook tutorial before, I wanted you guys to look at where the play was going to. ISO 13 would be going to the small forward there. ISO 2 would be going to shooting guard. That doesn't matter as much anymore as the play type does. Okay, so you're going to want to look at the play type. And now we're going to go DJ Jones. There are his play types for his tendencies. And now we'll go to the play names. These are the plays that they will run for DJ Jones. Okay. You see guard post up. That's his first priority. So those are the priority. Those are what he'll run first to DJ. ISO, right? Second priority, pick and roll wing. So he'll run as the pick and roll man or the pick and roll roller or the popper. And then you'll see some 3-point, which is his fourth priority. Okay. So this book, the Warriors book, has all of these actions in it. That's going to maximize DJ Jones's game. Baron Thomas, same thing, pick and roll wing, ISO guard post up, and now he has some mid range in his. Okay, so we'll go back to the top, pick and roll. Okay, he's going to be the pick and roll ball hand or pick and roll wing. Okay, so he will actually run some pick and roll on ball, and run some off ball as well. There's some ISO for him. There's some guard post up and mid range. The one mid range play that the Warriors have. You can see it's going to the power forward, or you can see it's going to the power forward there. That doesn't matter as much anymore. As I discovered this. This guy, even though it says power forward here on this play, they will run this to Baron Thomas in the mid range. So that will be him instead of the power forward. So that's why I said the play type is way more important than who the action says it's going to on the play. Okay, if we look at Carter Glass, pick and roll point, ISO handoff. Okay, pick and roll point, ISO handoff. Those are his three priorities. You can see a lot of pick and roll as the point guard. Okay, he's going to run a ton of them. The Warriors have 17 pick and roll plays in their book. So he's going to have a lot of those for him. There's some ISO plays for him and some handoff plays for him. Okay. So that is how you maximize the playbook to the player. I will release all the player types or the play types for the tendencies. I will have a document. I will release it. You guys will be able to see when you're picking your tendency what the play types are for that tendency. Coaches, you can match your books to fit those play types based on what your players' tendencies are. It'll be a lot easier. I am aiming to have that ready by next season. I'm starting to work on it right now. I just don't know how long it'll take me. Hopefully I can get done quicker. I do want to go and show you guys what happens when we have a book where it doesn't maximize your players' game. So if we had the guard post up, ISO pick and roll wing and 3-point. We'll take a look at DJ Jones again. Let's go find a playbook that doesn't have some of these. No guard post up, no ISO, and no 3-point, or two, at least two of those. Okay, so let's scroll through some of these books. No ISO here, no guard post up for the Wizards. So now what happens? We go to DJ Jones. Now we're running the Wizards book, and they don't have guard post up. They don't have. Actually, I have to switch the book in here. I'm gonna show. Bring you guys back on. So now I'm switched to the Wizards book. Okay, we could see the Wizards book has no guard post up. It has no ISO. Okay, it has no mid range, and so Baron won't have any either there, and it has no post up low, so our center won't have any. So I want you guys to see the difference now. So he's still the same player types for DJ Jones. The playbook now is not very good for him. So what happens here is no guard post up, right? It's not there. His priority 1 is not there. Okay. Priority 2, ISO. There's no ISO. So he doesn't have any ISO plays. Priority 3, okay, is 3-point. He has some 3-point. That's his 4th priority. Okay, so there's some 3-point. The only things they'll run for him is pick and roll, wing, and 3-point. That's it. They can't run ISO. They can't run guard post up for him because they're not in the playbook. If I go to Baron Thomas, we saw that the Wizards had no guard post up, no mid-range, no ISO. Okay, that's pretty much Baron Thomas except for pick and roll. Look how little plays now are run for Baron Thomas because of that. It's just pick and roll. They can't run ISO for him. They can't run guard post up, and they can't run mid-range for him because they're not in there. Right? Same thing for Carter Glass. Do the Wizards have handoff? They have some handoff, so Carter Glass will have some pick and roll. No ISO because it's not there. No have handoff. So we're limiting to 2, maybe 1 of some of this. No guard post up for Braylon Banks. No ISO. It limits his plays severely down to pick and roll and handoff. So you guys could see that. Okay. And I think that's really important to maximize some of these players on your team. And I know you couldn't do this before because you didn't have their player types. And I understand that could be frustrating now that we're just learning this. But my goal as, co-commissioner and running this league is helping run this league is to figure out things that help you guys and make our gameplay better. And this is huge that I figured this out. So I'm going to work on a sheet. You guys have all the playbooks. I adjusted all the playbooks and I gave you the link for all the playbooks. So you guys should be able to see all the play types in every playbook. Okay. I will make this document and I'll get it out as soon as I can for the tendency so that you guys can see that. And this should help a lot maximize some guys on your team. In the way they play. Coaches, if you have a question about maybe one of your guys or to see, if you want to dive in to your team, let me know. I'll try to dive in if I have time, and I'll try to look at some of these things for your team. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a good day. Can't wait for All-Star stuff tonight. But yeah, check this out. When the document comes out, give it a look. I hope it helps you guys build your teams better. Pick some tendencies better, and put some good playbooks together to maximize your potential. Okay, thanks, guys.